Today we're going to be going over some of my favorite muscle cars in GTA Online. Starting off with the Gauntlet Hellfire, which only costs $745,000 based off of a 2018 Dodge Challenger Demon. A beast of a muscle car in real life, and in game this car is actually pretty amazing. It has a top speed of 125 miles per hour, and when I do some muscle car races I tend to use this one about half the time. And when I'm just driving around the city, it's honestly pretty awesome because this car has some pretty cool customizations. I do wish a few minor things were changed, but I still love Challengers in real life, and I love driving this thing around in GTA Online. I have about 5 or 6 of them in all of my garages total, so I really love the car, and I'm sure a lot of you guys do as well. But in the future I am hoping to see a Chevy Camaro added to GTA Online because that's one of the only modern muscle cars that we don't have yet in GTA Online. At the end of the day though, I love the Gauntlet Hellfire. Another muscle car I absolutely love is the Dominator GTS, which you could purchase for $1,220,000, but if you unlock the trade price for it, you can get it for about $915,000, which is honestly a steal for this car. Out of all of the LS Tuner vehicles that were released with that update, this has to be my favorite one. I just absolutely love the look of it, and the upgrades for it are pretty amazing as well. In terms of its performance, it's not the best. It's rear-wheel drive and has a top speed of 115 miles per hour, but I really don't care about that. The main thing I care about is how the car looks, and I think the car looks absolutely stunning. Another muscle car I absolutely love is going to be the Saber Turbo. You guys could find this car on the streets and get it completely free, or you could purchase it off Southern San Andreas Super Autos for just $15,000. Of course, this is one of the OG muscle cars when GTA Online first came out, which is great because these old cars are still pretty awesome, and this is one of them that I think is truly amazing. I think it looks super clean, and you don't really need to upgrade it to the Saber Turbo Custom at Benny's because it's honestly the exact same, and I think this build that I have right here looks pretty much perfect. It's just a nice, simple, clean build, and really the only thing you get with the custom version is hydraulics. The car is also not super fast, only hitting a top speed of about 110 miles per hour, but still, I just love the look of the car. Next up, we have another fairly cheap muscle car, and it's going to be the Deviant. Now, this thing only costs $512,000, and just a little while ago I started using it, and I've really come to like it. The only thing I would want to change is maybe that back rear panel. If we could change the tail lights on there, I think that would be pretty awesome, but the car itself is pretty damn cool. The top speed is only 108 miles per hour, but personally, I just like the upgrades. I really like the hood upgrades where you can get that supercharger sticking straight out of the hood. Plus, when you just look at the car, it looks like a really beefy, badass muscle car. And over the past couple of months as I've been driving it, I have really come to like this thing. Next up, we have the Vapid Click, which costs $909,000. This car is pretty great because, one, honestly, I just really like the look of it with Benny's rims and a nice metal paint job, but it's also amazing in races. This thing has a top speed of 117 miles per hour, which is obviously pretty damn fast, but it's not all about speed, especially with a muscle car, because muscle cars tend to fishtail and they really don't have too much traction, but this thing rarely ever fishtails, and it's really easy to handle, which is why personally I love using it in muscle car races, because you could smoke practically any other car. Even the Gauntlet Hellfire, with all that speed, it's got a lot of power going to those rear wheels. But this thing, if it ever messes up, it kind of just corrects itself and you can keep on driving. I really love the car, and when it comes to racing with it, I think it's phenomenal. Next, we have the Albany Buccaneer, and this thing is awesome as well. It came out when the game was first released a long ass time ago, and you could purchase it for $29K, or you could find it sitting on the streets, and in some parts of the city you can find it partially upgraded. If you guys haven't already noticed, I'm a huge fan of the classic muscle car. I do like some of the modern ones, but the classic ones, they just hit different, and I think this one looks amazing, especially with that paint job on those Benny's rims. It doesn't have too many customizations. Really the only major thing you can change on it is going to be that front grille, and you could also get that supercharger with a big ass blower sticking right out of the hood, which is pretty nice. But this car is pretty great. Doesn't have the best top speed, doesn't have the best performance, but at the end of the day, the car looks awesome. Next up, we have the Lost Slam Van, a very rare vehicle in GTA Online, but it's also a really nice vehicle. I got one customized exactly like this in GTA Online. Now, the only way to get it is by unlocking it through the mystery reward when spinning the lucky wheel, and it's very rare. Odds are you're probably never going to get it. It's like 1 in a million, I swear to God. I got it a long time ago from a gift cards to friends glitch, and I tend to drive this thing around around and bring it to car shows every once in a while. I do have to say it's a really nice vehicle, and I do wish it was easier for people to get. I don't want it to be purchasable on a website, but I wish there was like some sort of challenge you could do or something to unlock it so then people have the chance to get it. Just before we end the video off, let's take a look at this video's sponsor, Grand RP. Have you ever wanted to play GTA 5 as a police officer, or as a doctor, or as a gang member, or drive hundreds of different real cars? If so, check out Grand RP, one of the best roleplay servers in the world. If you click the link down below in the description, when you join, you get $25,000 in-game completely free. Anyways, those are my favorite muscle cars in GTA Online at the current moment in May of 2022. I think they're all pretty phenomenal. I did cut out a bunch of other really awesome muscle cars that I do like, but they're definitely not my favorite muscle cars in the game. Be sure to comment down below what your favorite muscle cars are in GTA Online, and with that said, I will catch you guys in the next video.